Daniels to be victorious, he will need to defeat all 3 members of Team Storm in succession.
This Benjamin C. Steele is probably the longest odds for any athlete tonight at Anniversary because a gauntlet match, rules in effect, 3-on-1, 1 at a time. Alex Daniels has to get 3 falls to beat this faction. Here you see R.C. Dupree, the eccentric artist. Jaxon Argos, the loudest mouth I've ever seen in my life. The only one left.
How do you see a loud mouth?
Right in his face. Next trending topic. Team Storm has claimed the superiority of Canada to Cleveland. They've had a lot of very... Please stop. They have very unkind things to say about the city of Cleveland. That brought Alex Daniels back to the Cleveland area for the first time in almost a year to defend his home city. We've seen other athletes stand up. Josh Singh, who was summarily defeated. Gregory Iron stood up to the fight, but he couldn't be here tonight thanks to some prior obligations. Alex Daniels is so focused on fighting for his home city that Alex Daniels said, you know what, forget about it. I will take all of Team Storm on by myself if I have to show what Cleveland's made of. And that's where we are at tonight here for this Anniversary Gauntlet match. Daniels has given himself the longest odds. How do you think he'll fare?
Well, going up against Team Storm, I don't think he's going to do very well at all. Joe, this could be the quickest Gauntlet match in the history of Gauntlet matches. I'm going to say somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 to 117 seconds is how long the Pride of Cleveland is going to last. From Vancouver through Saskatchewan, all the way to Quebec, the Pride of Canada stands before you right now.
You realize none of these 3 are actually Canadian, right?
Well, as I've mentioned, they're adopted Canadian sons. They trained in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, with Lance Storm, who is Canadian. So it's kind of like chain migration, but through professional wrestling. Yeah, I fit chain migration into professional wrestling commentary. You're welcome.
You see Dupree with the flag he proudly waves. This man has just as much hometown pride. Alex Daniels, the free runner, the real-life Ben Affleck, call him what you will. Emotional reunion with Gregory Iron a couple of months ago. Reuniting his old team with Josh Singh a month before that. He's had mixed success against Team Storm, and you must admit that even with Alex Daniels, his most ardent fans have to acknowledge that it is a long road ahead here at Anniversary.
Well, first of all, Ben Affleck would be the real-life Ben Affleck, and as much as Alex Daniels wants to be Goodwill Hunting for a win tonight, that's just not going to happen because you're in there against Team Storm. That's the best movie reference I had. I didn't really have a G League reference or whatever that movie, or Jersey Girl.
Well, Jaxon Argos drew the short straw. I took great delight about calling Argos and informing him of such earlier in the week.
He did seem rather upset about that. And he's one to really not often wear his heart on his sleeve.
Oh, yeah, he's so mild-mannered.
He keeps it close to the vest, he does. That's that Canadian dryness that you sometimes get.
It's not Canadian, and he's not dry.
Well, no, he's wet right now. He had to, get his hair all perfect. That didn't quite work.
Yeah, that'll de-perfect your hair. Leg sweep by Alex Daniels.
De-perfect, and you make fun of my English.
And a Beal out of the corner. Daniels doing this for Cleveland, doing this for Gregory Iron. Keep in mind, Ben, welterweight 3 on pay-per-view. Gregory Iron was verbally and physically assaulted by Jaxon Argos and his buddy, the insane Brian Pillman Jr. That's still a score yet to be settled. It's Iron and Pillman on pay-per-view at welterweight 4. As now Daniels, you got to believe he's throwing in a few extra shots for Greg in this exchange.
Well, I'm sure salty Greg Iron is. You said previous events couldn't be here. Well, hot diggity dog. I don't like him. I don't like Alex Daniels. I don't like anything Cleveland related, including LeBron. Who will probably never show his face in this city ever again.
Now, if we'd only be so lucky to have Argos join that list.
Well, I don't think Argos is in the NBA.
Argos can take his talents to Calgary.
I'm sure they would love him there. He could be the mayor or whatever they have there. Chancellor.
Alex just dedicated that chop to, I believe it was Ivan Drago on his shirt. Maybe he's more Russian, a fan of Russians than Canadians.
I actually thought that was David Bowie from Labyrinth.
Daniels springs up and hard takedown that time. Didn't get the smoothness that Daniels likes to. Daniels has been troubled by a nagging wrist injury for a number of weeks now. We'll have to watch on and see if that becomes a factor in this matchup. I believe he suffered it during that Singh tag team match against Argos and Dupree a month ago, as Daniels gets a knee up and a drop kick as well.
Well, Dupree definitely seemed to be focusing on his carpal and metacarpal in that matchup.
Oh, nice standing moonsault. Could this be fall number 1? No. And Pollock is not in this leg of the matchup. He needs to get down.
Well, he's allowed to be, an advisor of sorts.
Well, that's not going to help Alex Daniels. And look how Argos just popped Pollock on accident.
Now, that should be a disqualification.
Oh, German release suplex, nicely done. Daniels looking good out here. Argos in a bad way.
Well, Argos needs a little bit of help. Somebody call RC Dupree.
Call him, he's ringside.
Well, I know, they need to call to him to help his partner.
It's one-on-one, Gauntlet rules. When Argos the flag! That's going to be a disqualification.
I believe this is Canadian rules.
Oh, get out of here. What are Canadian rules?
Bill Watts' Canadian rules.
Get out of here. You're an idiot. Argos focusing on the knee. Argos got himself disqualified to save this, to save a further beating, but that just means Alex moves on.
Well, and look at how great he looks right now after moving on.
Are you trying to say this is part of the Argos strategy?
I didn't. Don't put words in my mouth.
Argos down the Canadian Maple Leaf. If I'm the official, I'm going to disqualify Argos. I'll disqualify the whole Team Storm. Argos is out of this match.
Well, see there, now there, you got what you wanted. RC Dupree is in there, and he's taking control.
Oh, look at the damage that was done. Dupree picking up right where Argos left off. This Dupree's deranged, too.
I'll take it from here. RC Dupree in firm control of Alex Daniels right now, showing what happens when Cleveland Stinkville goes up against the lovely neighbor to the north of Canada.
Now, if Daniels taps out, what does that prove at this point after what's been done?
Oh, it proves the Team Storm gets the victory. It proves that.
Daniels into the ropes.
Like a coward.
Dupree, thankfully, does not have a list of 1,500 reasons why he thinks Team Storm will win this match or why he loves Jack Pollock or anything else.
What if, okay, let's say he puts Alex Daniels away. Can we give a little bit of time so we can hear like 10 of those facts?
No!
I hear that he has 37 facts alone related to Jack Pollock's hair.
I could not possibly care less, I trust you.
The most impressive follicles in all of Premier.
I will just believe you for once. I'll take RC at his word. I will let it lay. As you saw Pollock, the illegal advantage a moment ago, Daniels in a bad way. Even in the one-on-one environments, everybody's blowing kisses tonight. Even in the one-on-one environment, it's Daniels a victim of the numbers game.
Well, Joe, 3 is more than 1, no matter what way you slice it.
And thanks. Argos is cheering on Dupree, who is focused on that knee that Argos started with that maple leaf. And I'm not sure if the flagpole caught Daniels that low or not as well, but either way, Daniels is very hurt at this point.
Well, I guess actually Daniels would be a half a man right now because he's only got 1 leg. That's why he teams with Greg Iron.
Well, I'd love to see. I'd love to see you say that to either of their faces.
I'm busy up here.
Dupree the eccentric leg drop for 2.
Joe, we've seen Team Storm here for a while. Hell of a backstory. Just 3 great individuals. They're like a modern day Freebirds, if I may.
Oh, stop.
You think of all the great 3-man teams that we've seen over the years, the 3 Musketeers, the 3 Stooges, bringing entertainment and just love to everybody, and that's what Team Storm does. I feel love in my heart and soul every time they're out here.
And Dupree now, it's a sharpshooter. Wait, Daniels tries to cradle Dupree. Their legs are tied up. Dupree's got nowhere to go, and Daniels muscles up and pins Dupree. And it's down to one-on-one. 1 member of Team Storm left. What does Daniels have left in that knee?
What was RC Dupree actually? I think he got a shoulder up.
Dupree's complaining didn't even take that Canada baseball jersey off, whatever it is.
Well, then I think the match should be restarted.
Oh, top block. And that is completely uncalled for. Daniels could have a severely injured knee. And Jack Pollock the boot. Right to the side of the head. Daniels wasn't ready for it. And an easy win for Jack Pollock. You know what? Alex Daniels was bested here. The numbers game played the advantage, but this isn't done yet. There's more to Cleveland than just Alex Daniels, my friend.
Well, hey, wait, are you... Well, Joe Dombrowski once again leaving me in the booth. Obviously upset, couldn't handle the excellence of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and all throughout the land. As you see Team Storm victorious, and now we're going to get a celebration. I think Joe's going to go down and congratulate him. You know, this is just a beautiful moment. I'm sorry, I have tissues. I just love to see good people say, oh, that was beautiful. And there we see Alex Daniels. I guess if I were going to be Joe Dombrowski and talk about the great hometown kid, I'd say how great it was that he fought the good fight, but he still got the L's. We see him recover right now. He could have major damage to that leg, hopefully so. And now the stage is set for... Oh, I guess we're going to send it to Joe Dombrowski.
Gentlemen, you proud of yourself, Jack? Hey.
Haha.
Jack did such a great job, didn't he? He worked so hard to earn that, didn't he? I'll give it to you guys. Got the better of Alex Daniels. Unfortunately, Alex didn't have any backup here tonight, and you guys were able to divide and conquer. Congratulations. I saw what you did with the flagpole, Argos. Yeah, that was, you're going to regret that strategy in a little bit, but I'm going to help with the celebration because there's somebody that really wants to meet you guys. And you know what? He's a fan of Canada too. He likes Canada as well. He's in Canada a lot. He just happens to hate the way you guys represent it. And he happens to like one thing a lot more than Canada. That's Cleveland, Ohio. October 27th is our next premiere date in this building, and somebody's coming here back to Cleveland that wants to get acquainted with you guys because he's heard about Alex, Josh Singh, Gregory Iron, and he would like to become more closely acquainted with you. By the way, his name is Ricky Shane.
Now, wait a minute. That's not going to sit well with Team Storm, but you just heard Joe Dombrowski say that our next event we are going to see Ricky Shane Page, and he wants to meet Team Storm face to face.